as the brain is the ultimate goal of artificial intelligence. It is not as simple as just building a robot. Rather, it is creating a computer mind that can think like a human. Therefore, artificial intelligence can currently be defined as a collection of different technologies that can be brought together to allow machines to act with what appears to be human-like levels of intelligence. This includes learning rules required to make certain decisions and reasonings to arrive at certain conclusions, learning from past mistakes and experiences, and self-correction. There are many steps along the way to get to a point where a computer can think like a human. AI systems can be put into different complexity buckets. At the moment, simple, weak, or narrow AI systems are already everywhere. We already use them in our homes, in our cars, and even in air traffic control. The idea is that such an AI system is designed and trained for specific tasks. These tasks could include virtual personal assistants such as Apple's Siri. Currently, narrow AI systems can be applied in multiple ways, through classifying images, understanding speech, and translating text. For example, just by asking Amazon's Alexa questions, it can help you find answers from the internet, set alarms, make purchases, and so much more. So you may already be using artificial intelligence daily. However, as mentioned before, there is a race to build so-called strong AI that would act more like a human brain. When presented with an unfamiliar task, a strong AI system would be able to find a solution without human intervention. Its intelligence would be able to not only match, but also surpass that of humans. Strong AI currently exists with limits, but it is expected to advance over the next few decades. There are a host of other benefits that AI brings. For companies, it can help them reduce costs and increase revenue by being more targeted and refined in their actions. When organizations such as governments, businesses, and charities use artificial intelligence, it can lead to a healthier, more productive, and better off society. We will touch on these points later in the course. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the technologies behind artificial intelligence. We like to think about artificial intelligence as a set of technologies that allows machines and systems to sense, comprehend, act, and learn. Let's talk in a little bit more detail about these capabilities and the technologies behind them. Let's start with the first capability, sense. When we talk about sense, we mean that AI lets a machine perceive the world around it by gathering and processing images, sounds, speech, and text. Examples of this include facial recognition, such as when your phone unlocks with a simple glance. Image categorization, is it a dog or a cat? Sound pattern recognition, is it fireworks or a bomb going off? Translating speech to text, creating subtitles for movies. Some of the technologies that are behind it are computer vision. This allows machines such as computers or mobile phones to see their surroundings. Computer vision has already made its way to our mobile phones via different e-commerce or camera apps. Audio processing. This is to do with detecting and translating audio signals. I will give you two examples related to the sense capability that you might find easy to identify with. The first, Google Cloud Vision, which classifies images into thousands of categories, such as sailboats, and detects objects and faces within images. The second, Amazon Echo, which acts as a personal DJ that you can control through your voice. Now let's talk about the second capability, comprehend. AI enables a machine to understand the information it collects through pattern recognition, such as finding patterns in social media posts or in fraudulent behaviors for insurance claims. This is very similar to how humans interpret information by understanding the patterns presented and their context. Some of the technologies that are behind it are natural language processing, or NLP. This allows computer programs to understand spoken language. NLP currently works through a process called deep learning. In essence, language is broken down into shorter elemental pieces in order to teach the machine to understand their relationships and how they work together. Knowledge representation. This is about representing information about the world in a form that a computer system can utilize to solve complex tasks, such as diagnosing a medical condition or having a dialogue in a natural language. Speech recognition. This is the translation of speech into text or format that machines can read. For instance, think about automated phone systems that recognize your voice, process your request, and puts you through to the correct department when you call a company. A couple of other examples of machines trying to comprehend are Facebook using natural language processing to look for patterns in user posts in order to understand how people feel about a certain brand or product. Chatbots like IPsoft Amelia or IBM Watson performing service desk roles such as handling customer complaints or solving customer help desk issues. Finally, we have the act and learn capability. This is about enabling a machine to take decisions in a physical or digital world, based on the AI's understanding of what is required. Through this process, the AI can continuously learn, improve the outcomes, and become better at doing the task. It can continuously optimize the performance by learning from successes or failures of these actions. Some examples of where AI is acting and learning are Netflix, suggesting movies, TV shows, and documentaries based on a viewer's prior activity, patterns, and behaviors. The more you watch, the more it learns, and better suggests relevant content for you to watch. Self-driving cars. Deep learning is one of the things that makes self-driving cars possible. Now that you have learned about the technologies and capabilities of AI, can you think of any interesting examples of where you have seen this in action? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. Now that we've spoken about the technologies behind AI and the things that AI is able to do, let's take a look at some of the benefits and things to consider behind artificial intelligence. Some of the benefits of AI include, firstly, greater efficiency. AI brings a new level of efficiency to the use of resources. Machine learning can extract meaning from large and complex datasets. AI can therefore see patterns and anomalies in data that humans cannot. Consider cancer detection, for example. Human specialists can recognize several hundred malignant patterns in a cancer scan, whereas AI can recognize thousands. Secondly, greater accuracy. In recent years, AI has been able to analyze complex weather patterns and climate data, which can result in more accurate climate forecasts and consequently in the prevention of natural disasters such as tornadoes and hurricanes. This is important as it means that we can be aware of natural disasters coming and have more time to respond or minimize their impact. Thirdly, better experiences for customers. Using AI, a business can improve the way it interacts with its customers. This could involve things like customer experience through chatbots and digital assistants who are available 24/7 to converse with customers. It could also mean that in hospitals, for example, AI can focus on the manual and repetitive tasks, such as understanding a patient's medical history by reading through older historical records, while nurses focus on the more human side of their jobs, like forming closer interpersonal relationships with patients. AI has also led to other really fun and innovative solutions. In certain hotels, using an app, hotel guests are now able to check in to their hotel simply by using their fingerprints, or by taking a selfie. Imagine that. Pretty cool, right? These are hugely impressive strides forward. However, it should not be interpreted to mean that human expertise will no longer be needed. The very best results are still achieved when human experts work hand in hand with AI, each bringing the best of their unique capabilities to a problem. But what is stopping businesses from using AI? What is stopping people from embracing it? Why are there some concerns? AI has its benefits, but they don't come risk-free. So let's touch on some of these risks and concerns that come with artificial intelligence. Trust. How do we demonstrate that AI is safe to use? How do we avoid biases, unconscious or not, being written in from the outset? The answer to these questions lie in transparency and accountability. Decisions taken by AI must make sense to the person and/or organization involved, and be open to appeal and interrogation. Liability. What happens when AI makes an error, or even breaks the law? Who is legally responsible? Changes to legislative and regulatory requirements will need to be monitored carefully. Security. How do we prevent unauthorized or malicious manipulation of AI? Security becomes paramount. Control. What happens when a machine takes over a process? How does a human take it back if they need to? For example, it is all very well having a human in a self-driving car with the means to take control. However, if they are not paying attention 100% of the time, they will be unlikely to intervene fast enough in a critical situation. Careful thought is needed when considering how control is transferred between humans and AI. So for AI to have a positive impact on society and bring about its intended benefits, the risks associated with AI need to be recognized and alleviated as much as possible. Therefore, it is important for businesses and society as a whole to consider the future we want with AI, so that collectively we can develop responsible AI practices and have an ethical framework in place. Now that you have explored an introduction to artificial intelligence, take your time to reflect on and share what you have learned on the following. AI and its origins. Technologies and capabilities of AI. Myths surrounding AI. The differences between AI and automation. The benefits of AI. The challenges and opportunities posed by AI. Did anything you learned surprise you? Do you think that businesses can use AI to their advantage or to provide better services to their customers? If so, how? Share your comments below. Remember to only share things that are suitable for other learners to read in an open forum. Don't forget to also contribute to the discussions by reviewing comments made by other learners and replying if you have any relevant ideas. Remember to like comments you found useful or interesting, or follow other learners throughout the course. You can find out if anyone has replied to a comment you've made via your personal notifications. So that's it. We hope you've enjoyed week 1 and are looking forward to joining us on week 2 to learn about the impact of artificial intelligence on various industries, as well as roles and responsibilities in the workplace.